Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to ELTV and Court Field. It's opening night for your defending champions, Souris Valley Sabre Dogs, taking on the Red River Pilots. As that one swung on a grounded foul away. Sorry for the delayed start in the broadcast. Issues with Wirecast delaying our start here, but we are in the bottom of the first inning, a 2-2 count to the cleanup batter, Jake Barlow. Not only did it take 3 pitches to get the first 3 hits of the season for your Sabre Dogs, but also 3 runs thanks to Ben Newbert. And those Dogs now lead 3-0, but that will be called strike 3 on the outer half to the cleanup man, Jake Barlow. So we're going to bring you up to speed now. Leading off for Souris Valley was Luis Palayo, singled and scored. And for David Demeter, he followed up with a double on the very second pitch of the bottom of the first inning. Newbert, third pitch of the inning, a 3-run shot to dead center field. No doubt about it, as that pitch misses outside to the current batter, Cody Muncie, following the cleanup man, Jake Barlow. The 1-0, and already we got a snap bat on a grounder to third, and that is no problem right there for the Red River to record the second out here in the bottom of the first. And we're going to bring up the big chip himself, Mr. Chris Monroe out of Central Michigan. Chris Monroe, a Northwoods League All-Star for the Traverse City Pit Spitters. 303 average, 7 home runs there. Bit of a Pete Alonso stance. And he is ready to get into one. That pitch misses outside, ball 2. To the big man, Monroe. As that pitch ripped right back up the middle, Monroe, he will single the center field, already 4th hit of the game and of this first inning for Souris Valley. They still lead 3-0 here from Corbett Field. And now stepping up to the plate, number 7, Alex Crouch. Crouch had himself a monster of a year at D2 Missouri Western, 327 average and 16 home runs. And when that guy is hitting 7th, you know this is going to be a very special summer for Souris Valley offensively. The starting pitcher, Santiago Gomez, now going from the stretch, had some pretty crisp pitches warming up. But so far the speed doesn't look to be any problem for the Sabre Dogs as that one misses outside. For ball 1, it should be, I believe. Second pitch of the at-bat coming up as Monroe leads off of first. From the stretch, and fastball in the black taken. Scoreboard reads strike 2. Crouch going to have to battle back here. Up after Crouch, we have Seth Delgado and Dustin Mertz. Third pitch of the at-bat, swung on and missed. And they'll put the tag on him for out number 3. To retire the Sabre Dogs in the first. 4 base hits, 3 runs scored. 1 runner left on base. Heading to the top of the second thanks to Mr. Ben Newbert. It's 3-0. Your Souris Valley Sabre Dogs in front of the Red River Pilots. Back in a moment. Here we go. We're ready for the top of the second inning as Red River retired in order by Jacob Wesselman, the starting pitcher out of Briarcliff University. The Charger arm also does very well for himself in summer ball as this pitch, the hammer in there, taken for strike one to Jason Willers. Willers, as a freshman, the top hitter out of Morningside College in that program in the GPAC. That's saying something. 355 average, 14 doubles, 5 home runs, and 53 runs batted in. He'll take that one upstairs for ball one. The 1-1 count, Wesselman. Now, Coach Kieran saw him first as a Fort Dodge Gypsum minor, a bit of their ace in the old Pioneer Collegiate Baseball League. Fastball in the black, taken for strike two. And then played for Kieran for those guys in Bancroft in 2020. Did very well that summer as that team had wins spanning over other teams in Iowa, South Dakota, and Minnesota. And just a year ago, saw time on the mound for the Bismarck Larks. This pitch fouled away. Already 4 pitches on the at-bat to the young Jason Willers behind the dish for Gomez tonight. 1-2 coming up for Wesselman. Low 90s has a nice curveball and slider, which we just saw that one miss in the turf. An all-turf field here at Corbett Field, opened in 1937 and renovated beautifully all the way. Fought back flooding with this beautiful turf field you see in front of you behind us in the grandstand. Blends a bit of the old school with new school. I tell you, really got to get out here to Corbett Field this summer to catch a game. Nothing quite like this view. This pitch swung on and missed, curveball. Strike 3 and the third strikeout of the game for Jacob Wesselman. The Pilots still looking for their first base runner here, but still plenty of ball game left. Caleb Whitley, the 5th hitter in the Red River lineup, which is brought to you by Magic City Sweets for the best ice cream in Minot. One down, base is still empty here. First pitch grounded right towards Chris Monroe. He'll hold off Wesselman and step on the bag for out number 2.
Up next for the Pilots, number 9, Isaac Becker.
That'll bring up Isaac Becker here, 6th in the order for these Pilots. A sophomore out of Iowa Central, batted .248 with 6 home runs. You could expect a bit of pop from some of these batters out here. Whitley, who was just retired, saw a solid time as a freshman for Mid-Atlantic Christian, hitting .292. And here's David Demeter. Delivers a strike to Monroe at first base. And a 6-3 putout to once again retire the Red River Pilots in order 1-2-3 here in the top of the second inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. The Sabre Dogs looking to put up another crooked number here in the bottom of the second coming up as they still lead the Pilots 3-0. More baseball coming up on ELTV. Stepping up to the plate now, 8th in the order for your Souris Valley Sabre Dogs, Seth Delgado. The catcher out of Oklahoma Wesleyan. He's looked pretty strong in his batting practice so far. Very excited to see him, as well as many of these Sabre Dog hitters in the powder blue tonight, and we're really only looking at a fraction of our lineup thus far. Second pitch of the at-bat swung on and missed. A curveball for Delgado. Evens the count of 1-1 for Gomez, looking for a more quick inning. Again, the Sabre Dogs leading 3-0 over the Pilots. Ben Newbert on the third pitch of the game. This one's grounded into left field. And that'll skirt on by for a base hit. Single to left. Couldn't quite get his body in front of that one. And that's the fifth base hit of the game for Souris Valley. We've now already hit our 9-hitter in the order. Dustin Mertz, a two-time all-conference hitter out of Valley City State University just down the road here in North Dakota. Gomez going to have to work back out of the stretch here. Once again, we apologize for the delayed start. Technical difficulties with our Wirecast software. Mertz going to ground this one towards short. Walton has no problem with it. And a bang-bang double play, 6-4-3. And now a little bit of momentum thanks to that nice defensive play by Red River. And now we got Luis Palayo led this thing off with a clean base hit up the middle. He's 1 for 1 with 1 run scored. But 2 down here. Gomez going to work back out of the windup. First pitch of the at-bat. Just a bit off the plate, but still called for strike 1. That pitch in the dirt. For ball 1 to Palayo. Third pitch of the at-bat in the other box, taken for ball 2. The Souris Valley starting 9 tonight brought to you by Magic City Hoagies, as we're back to the top of the order with the center fielder, Luis Palayo. Fouls that one away, and the count will even back up at 2-2. Deuces across the board for Palayo, a 426 hitter out of the University of Science and Arts of Oklahoma. A standout program in the NAIA, but Palayo will be fooled by that breaking ball, watches it all the way in for strike 3. So no runs on 1 base hit, but nobody left on base. Jack Walton turning a nice double play out there, 6-4-3, to halt the offensive momentum for the Dogs momentarily. Top of the third inning coming up. It's Souris Valley 3, Red River 0 on ELTV. Welcome back to Corbett Field, top of the third inning, as it's 1-1 in the count now for Jared Kirkman, the third baseman. Jacob Wesselman not allowing 1 base runner just yet for the Pilots. This pitch Grounded towards Barlow at second base. He has no problem with it. Recording Kirkman for out number 1 here in the top of the third. Get to introduce myself to you. I'll be Mitch Kieran, your play-by-play voice this summer for the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. For many fans, I know I got some big shoes to fill for current Cape Cod announcer Max Tanzer. Be joined by Justin Levy on our broadcast as well for all the behind-the-scenes work. And we'll be sure to get you more of the overlays, more dogs daily, and more content all throughout the summer. Also, a big shout-out to Ty Barrett and Drew Fiedler. You can see them around the field. And Jacob Fletcher doing a phenomenal job as our PA and music guy here at Corbett Field for opening day. The second pitch of the at-bat, strike 2 to Jalen Lee. 0-2, 1 down, third pitch, swing and a miss. Delgado keeps it in front and delivers a shot to Monroe. Just picked it up in the last second. A bit of a low throw to Monroe at first base. Kind of has to pick it up just before Lee beat it 90. So we do have 2 down here for Alex Miller. 9 hitter for Red River, excuse me. Swung on, fouled straight back, strike 1. That pitch just missing low and outside for Wesselman. Ball 1. Third pitch of the at-bat, swung on and missed. A heater blown by Miller out of center field. Wesselman trying to convert 3 innings consecutively here. And what a start for him. Fourth pitch of the at-bat, high and inside. A little bit of chin music there. Miller misses it. That'll be ball 2. Jacob Wesselman, another standout year at Briarcliff University for him. 4-6 on the year. Opposing hitters only yielded a .241 average. Swing and a miss there on a pitch outside. Strike 3. Well, on Wesselman coming up, no runs, no hits, no runners left on base. Wesselman, 2 more strikeouts. And he is up to 5 through 3 complete. Jacob Wesselman started a master's degree at Briarcliff, a .360 ERA. And in 65 innings pitched, 71 strikeouts, only allowing 13 walks, though. So for these Pilot batters, they got to go up there expecting to hit. Wesselman very efficient, and it's showing tonight. 9 up, 9 down. We left off with David Demeter, who followed up on his first pitch of the summer with a double off the wall in right field. Already the offense well on display here. Souris Valley still leading Red River 3-0 here after 2.5. But Santiago Gomez looking to settle back in. Still looking pretty fresh through 2 complete. Only 23 pitches for him.
Number 9, David Demeter.
So David Demeter, second at bat and second pitch that he's going to be seeing on the way here. On the way, hit in the air to right field. And that's going to be down. Demeter rounding first, and he could get more. Right fielder doesn't come up with it, but Demeter will still slide safely into second. Back-to-back doubles. Welcome to Minot, David Demeter.
Number 31, Ben Newbert.
2 pitches, 2 doubles. Demeter's going to fit in pretty nicely here. Was voted as the male athlete of the year for all athletics at Valley City State University. Definitely considered one of the top bats in the North Star in the NAIA. And here we come now. Ben Newbert back to the plate, 1-for-1 with a 3-run bomb to straightaway center. And I should remind you, 410 to center field. It is an alley there. Only 356 in the gaps and 316 to both foul poles. But he decides to make his presence felt by going yard to the deepest part of the field. And with the wind blowing slightly in at 10 miles per hour, very strong hitter, very violent swing. And that one just misses it. And that one, a foul ball straight back to find its way into the grandstand through the netting. Well, Newbert's going to have to battle back here, 0-for-2 in the count. Still nobody away. Demeter already in scoring position, just standing across the diamond from Newbert. A 348 hitter out of Bloomberg with 22 home runs. That pitch just outside. So we got a 1-2 count now to Ben Newbert. Gomez sets from the stretch. Swing and a miss. And that will only be strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Newbert. A highly sought-after prospect for Coach Kieran. He saw him for the Johnstown Mill Rats in last year's Prospect League. Just a big question mark next to how do we get this guy out, Ben Newbert. Well, this year, you have him join your squad. That's quite the solution. Off speed, Newbert will battle it off. Out of play. Two balls, 2 strikes for Newbert. Quite an at-bat we got here. Here comes the 6th pitch of the at-bat. Bit of a slider, and once again, not going to take it outside, just maybe an inch over the chalk. And we got a payoff pitch coming up here. Seventh pitch of the at-bat on the way from Gomez. He kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, and he will get Newbert swinging here for the first out. Red River showing some encouragement for Gomez. With 1 down, Demeter still on second base. We go to one of Delta State's finest, Jake Barlow, the cleanup batter and second baseman. That pitch outside taken for ball 1, Barlow. A year that yielded more postseason honors. Out of a D2 Delta State, batted .307, 13 home runs and 42 runs batted in. Hitter before him, Newbert, coming in, measuring at about 6'3". Barlow, about 5'8", but it's going to be a bit of a tape measuring contest as that ball down the line is just fair. Barlow's going to head for second, and Demeter will easily score, and Barlow's rounding second. The throw to third, not in time, an RBI triple for Jake Barlow. And just like that, it's 4-0 for Souris Valley here in the bottom of the third. Muncie, a big bat from Oklahoma Wesleyan, steps up to the plate. Previously a champion for the Bancroft Bandits under Coach Kieran. Returns to another one of his squads in Minot this year, bringing with him a .397 average, 16 home runs, and 60 runs batted in. First pitch of the at-bat, grounded to first. And Jalen Lee has no problem with that one, and that will keep Barlow at third.
Number 32, Chris Monroe.
We got another big bat coming up here, though, looking to do a job with 2 down. Chris Monroe, 1 for 1 with a single to center field. Again, Monroe, an all-star in the Prospect League and the Northwoods League. A power bat from Central Michigan, the D1. That pitch taken low, ball 1. Monroe in the Northwoods, 7 home runs, 59 runs batted in, and a batting average of .303. Gomez with the pitch. Monroe takes that one low. Ball 2. Still a 4-0 contest here. Sabre Dogs are looking to add to it over the Red River Pilots, which we're going to unofficially deem the Route 2 rivalry. Now a 4-team league, I think that's going to add some nice intensity to some of these matchups that we're going to see frequently. And the Route 2 rivalry will be the first 7 games of the year for both Souris Valley and Red River. Just about 200 miles apart between Grand Forks and Minot. They're going to get used to each other, that's for sure. A 2-1 count as Monroe takes strike 1 of that last pitch. Here's the 4th of the at-bat. Monroe takes another heater right down Broadway. Strike 2 with 2 balls and 2 outs. We would like to thank First Western International Bank for sponsoring our broadcast booth tonight, as they'll be with us every broadcast here at Corbett Field this year. As that ball gets fouled away towards Coach Kieran along third base. Count remains 2-2. Monroe still looking to get a job done to find a way on or bring Jake Barlow home from third to extend this lead even further. Sixth pitch of the at-bat coming up as Monroe will call time. Some more rules we're going to have to go over with you for this year's Expedition League of Fastball. Just a bit inside, right in the chalk for ball 3. And already a 7-pitch battle between Monroe and Gomez. And a solid turnout here for opening night. Big shout out to all our Sabre Dog fans along the grandstand, along the VIP section. Kids enjoying the inflatables and beyond, as this one grounded the wall. That short throw is high, and it leads Lee off the bag. An E6 on the throw, but an RBI at that. Come home to score.
Number 7, Alex Crouch.
Coming up to bat now, Alex Crouch with Monroe on first base with 2 away. That pitch fouled away. Crouch strike 1. Oh, 1. It's really, again, saying something offensively when you have Crouch with 16 home runs, batting 7th, as well as Delgado with 13 in the 8-hole. And a 2-time all-conference batter in Mertz, a .331 hitter out of Valley City State. Just up and down, and already a good showing offensively for these Sabre Dogs. Now, the 10-run rule will be in effect after 7 innings in every 9-inning contest. This year, that's interesting to note. I'm wondering if we're going to be seeing that just yet. Crouch fouls it away. Count remains at 0-2. Now we're going to go over this fun rule for you as well to complement the 10-run rule. Once we reach 3 outs, I'll share with you. That was shared on our Souris Valley Sabre Dogs Twitter page. You can follow us on Twitter for all the updates and more content like Dogs Daily at SV Sabre Dogs, as that pitch just skirts under the glove of Jack Walton. And with the way he was positioned a bit in front of that ball, that's got to be an error. Monroe will head to will reach base safely. With 2 away, we return to Seth Delgado, 1 for 1. Reaching on a nice single back in the second. And we're going to try to get more runs tallied here as the Sabre Dogs still lead 5-0. The bottom of the third. Gomez gets his pitch. 2 ducks on the pond for Delgado. First one popped up and drifting out of play, foul. Oh, 1 to Delgado, 371 hitter out of Oklahoma Wesleyan NAIA, a teammate of Cody Muncie. So that was the first error of the game, and it was awarded to Red River. As this pitch, a curveball in the outer half for strike 2. Gomez quickly working ahead. And still working. For his third. Gomez checks the runner on the way. That one fouled straight to the right. On the third pitch of the at-bat, Delgado still battling with 2 strikes here.
So we're in on this Sabre Dogs.
I'd like to thank Cole for the Minot Sports Podcast, for giving us some love the past couple of days. Be sure to follow the Minot Sports Podcast on Twitter for all the updates, Sabre Dogs as well. As this ground is going to be trouble for Walton. Delgado with the hustle and just not in time as the throw beats Delgado to first. And that'll do it for the Dogs. After 3 complete, 5-0 they lead. 2-run score for Souris Valley in that third. Demeter led off with that double. Brought home on that RBI triple by Jake Barlow, who then scored on the air from Chris Monroe.
Last year we didn't use that mic. I don't think we don't even do the between innings. Because we need to, tomorrow we need to get a different mic up there.
So here's one that might, a lot of you that love the fundamentals of baseball might turn your heads at this one. But we really are going to be looking at 0 extra inning ball games. However, there's a pretty fun alternative to that for those of you that enjoy some exciting long ball games. So games that are tied after 9 innings or after 7-inning contests will be decided by a home run competition. Now, each team home and away will select 3 players for said home run competition, and will have 5 swings. The team with the most home runs will win the game. If the number of home runs hit is tied after all 6 players have batted, it will be sudden death with players number 1 going head-to-head. If tied after the number 1 player's hit, then we move on to player number 2, then 3, and so on and so forth. We've already seen 1 home run for Ben Newbert earlier here in the first, and that gave Jacob Wesselman a nice cushion there. We go to the top of the 4th inning and back to the top of the order. The Red River Pirates still looking for their first base runner of the game. Jack Walden 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first at-bat from Corbett Field. The Sabre Dogs looking for win number 1 on the year tonight.